What's up? I'm Angela Yee, and you are watching Mastery of Comedy. You know me from The Breakfast Club and my podcast, Lip Service. But today, we are here to talk about the mastery of comedy. Comedy is not something that you can just say, oh, he's mad funny. He needs to get on stage and do comedy. It doesn't work that way. In order to master something, you have to be obsessed with it. You have to work really hard. You can't just think you're funny and then suddenly you're a top comic. So what makes a good stand-up comedian? What makes somebody funny? Is it technical? Is it life experiences? Is it that practice makes perfect? Is it that you have to really put the work in? Well, we're gonna find out. We searched the country to find the hungriest, funniest, and best stand-ups that just need that little bit of extra help. We chose 4 people who stood above the rest.
What's up, y'all? I'm comedian Tata Sharice. I've been doing stand-up comedy for 3 years, and I'm absolutely in love with it.
It's crazy. My dating life is trash. I only seem to attract 3 types of men. You know, I get really skinny men. I think they think we create balance.
My name is Chris Sear. I've been doing comedy for about 4 years.
Like my last girl, she wanted me to take the trash out at night, like she was the only one afraid of possums.
I love the fact that I get a chance to resonate with people who may not look like me, may not sound like me, but we all come together through comedy.
How you doing? My name is Christine Hanchard from New York. I literally decided to become a comedian 2 years ago. I'm in the midst of my midlife crisis.
Between my hip surgery, my back surgery, and my neck surgery, I realized I'm doing the brokey pokey. I'm like putting my left foot in and putting my right foot out and taking my left foot in and I'm shaking it all about.
Hey, how you guys doing? I'm Marcus McNeil. Been doing comedy for about 4 years now. I love it. It's helped me to basically take a lot of my trials and turmoils in my life and put it into comedy, you know what I mean? Make it funny.
I'm entering this contest because I feel like I have a lot to offer to comedy.
It has taken over my life, and I've done a lot of growth on my own. Now I want to live out my golden years telling jokes and picking up young boys. But I need some help.
New York City is the place for stand-up comedy. If you can make it here, you've made it. We're giving our 4 rookies a chance to work out their stuff at the world-famous Stand Up New York. This club has been open since 1986 and has seen everyone from Steve Martin to Jerry Seinfeld to Kevin Hart to Dave Chappelle. If you've heard of them, they've been on this stage. Stand-up comedy is a really competitive business. So to remedy that, we're going to pair them with some of the best veteran comics in the game to mentor and push these rookies to the next level. Now, I know for a fact you all have laughed really hard at Karlous Miller.
I was so high yesterday, I went through the drive-thru, placed my whole order. Didn't even let the window down. I pull up to the window, the lady like, sir, what did you have? I was like, what did you hear? Because I don't even remember what I wanted.
He's been doing stand-up for years. You've seen him on Wildin' Out, Comic View. He's part of the 85 South show, and now one of our mentors. My girl, Aida Rodriguez, has made her mark on stages all over the country for 12 years.
My mother's Puerto Rican. My father's Dominican. And my stepfather's Cuban. I single-handedly represent the entire Spanish-speaking Caribbean.
You can find her on Tiffany Haddish's special, They Ready, her show, Truth Serum with Aida Rodriguez, and she has her HBO Max special on the way. She'll be here with us, mentoring one of our rookies. We all know Roy Woods Jr. from The Daily Show, but this man has been on the comedy circuit since 1998.
When you get shot in this country now, you got to make sure you get shot at the right place at the right time. You got to make sure it's a slow news cycle.
He's had several comedy specials, and he currently has a show in development. Luckily, we were able to snag him as one of our mentors. And finally, y'all know my brother, that annoying brother, Ashy Larry, aka Donnell Rawlings. He's been making people laugh since the 90s. We've seen him on The Chappelle Show, The Degenerates, and right now he's our final veteran mentor.
Who needs an ashy person to mentor them? You do.
Because of some scheduling conflicts, Donnell isn't able to join us in person on our first day, but I can sit down with our other 3 veteran comedians to talk about their journeys up to this point. So you guys are all friends with each other and have seen each other coming up in the comedy game. So I want to talk to you about how you guys started in the game and whether or not you had a mentor.
So I started comedy because I did have a mentor. Chris Spencer was the one who directed me to go do stand-up. He saw me do a roast, and he was like, hey, you're like wasting your time. You're a stand-up. And he gave me a list of open mics, and he made me go do them.
Wow.
I don't think I had any one individual mentor, but like I'm like Karlous. I came up down south, so it's just a different situation where you kind of going club to club, and you're not in the city, so you're not around the same people on a regular basis. So for me, it was just the black comics that I was opening up for that would look out. Anybody that could just give you a little snippet of the game on that night, you take that and add it to everything else that you had. But I don't think I didn't have like a Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah, well, I mean, coming up in Atlanta, there's a gang of veteran comedians from the Def Jams to the Comic Views. Like, they all come through the Atlanta circuit. So it's a lot of mentorship and, you know, people who are, you know, on that level or ahead of you in the game that can always reach back and, you know, be accessible to you, so.
Now, I want to talk about you guys' early on performances. Are there experiences that stick out in your mind, and how do you recover from a night that doesn't go as planned? Were there ever times that you were like, I don't know if this is for me?
I've had I used to say misfortune. Now I say I'm blessed enough to say that 2 sets that I've had publicly that went terribly awry for me were some of the greatest lessons I ever learned, right? As soon as I walked on the stage, a girl yells out, who the think she is? So I remember that Jay Leno said, it's never too late, but it can be too soon. Because you start thinking that comedy is just about being funny, and it's not. It's about skills, technique, understanding, commanding a stage, being able to handle an audience.
Because this is what I learned about having a bad set. The set wasn't bad. You can get a standing ovation with the exact same set. It's the delivery, it's the comedian, it's the mindset, it's the body language.
In my belief, and again, like you said, you know, take the advice or not, the origin point of any joke that you write, if it's to inform me of who you are as a person, or it's to inform me about how you feel about a particular thing. If the joke has that intention in mind, then it's something that's gonna affect someone.
Yeah.
And I think the way your jokes make people feel is as important as making them laugh. It's that extra layer of element. So I just think write material that connects how you feel or who you are. I think if you do that, if you're trying to inform people about that, then it's always gonna be a better joke.
The best comedians are the ones who you know are being authentic and you feel like they're having a conversation with you. Like we watched Dave Chappelle talk about George Floyd. We heard him call out the establishment. It wasn't hilarious the whole time, but we were engaged because he had something to say. But we all feel like we really know Dave Chappelle. We're having a conversation with him.
Yeah.
The worst comedian for me on stage is the one who looks like they're doing their best impression of what they think a comedian is.
I hate that. When you're not true to yourself, like you're not arriving as you and you pretending and you trying to
impersonate a comedian.
Exactly.
Don't tap that don't tap your leg.
Because those people sitting there, they want to laugh. They're like, okay, we waiting on you.
We would love to laugh.
We don't have time for you to figure out who you want to be tonight, bruh.
As the veterans are reminiscing about their highs and lows, the rookies have started to arrive at Stand Up New York.
I'm nervous. I don't know about y'all, but I'm nervous.
I'm not nervous. I'm just excited. I'm super excited to find out who I'm gonna be paired up with.
Yeah.
I'm somewhere in between.
Yeah.
Between nervous and excited.
So how long everybody been doing stand-up?
I've been doing it about 4 years. 4.5 years strong.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
I want to see if we all around the same age. 3.
No, we definitely not the same. We're definitely not the same age. I'm the oldest, but I think I've been doing comedy probably the least. It'll be 2 years in February.
Yeah, no, the same comedy age. We're all the same comedy age. Yeah, 3, 4, 4, 2. You a silver fox. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's
silver fox.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
that's what they call them.
Who calls them that?
They.
Everybody outside.
It's always that one person.
Everybody outside.
They come in there and want to challenge you.
Y'all fully equipped? Y'all ready? What you think?
Being a part of Mastery of Comedy is going to take me to the next level of my career. Something that an opportunity that I may not have been afforded that will just, we're meeting veterans and they're mentoring us. And I think that in itself is like something that a young comic may never get the opportunity to. So I know this is something that is a blessing in disguise.
I didn't even think I was gonna get picked. I felt like, there were comics more experienced, who are up and comers, who maybe have a more together set or just more polished. And when they said, I was like, get out, yeah, for real, yeah.
Same way.
I'm excited to be a part of Mastery of Comedy because I need some fresh, new, important eyes to look at me, And I'm also happy to be a part of this because of the knowledge I'm about to receive. To be able to be paired with people who have done this for so many years, who have had experiences, humble beginnings like us, all the way up to, stadiums and arenas and tours and television shows, everything we want to do. Like, we have the opportunity to speak to people who are doing or who have done what we want to do.
Not a lot of people get this opportunity. Definitely to be picked out of X amount of people, you know what I mean? So they see potential, and definitely to get the input, because you be stuck in your own brain about how you see things, and somebody could just say one word and it's like, oh, now it's a whole new world. And I like growing and so forth and so on. So I think it's going to be real dope that, you know what I mean? The education and this opportunity to get out of this. And definitely the exposure. The exposure is real nice. Just, so the world can see what you got. You know what I mean? So, clearly they see enough potential in us to be like, you know what? Let the world see and, hopefully, go from there and sky's the limit.
This season on Mastery of Comedy.
Comedians, we live off energy. You get that first laugh, it's on.
I'm recently single. Got left while I was in jail. Yeah.
How do you feel you did?
Horrible.
So, keep going.
Yeah. I'm not used to performing in front of people with so much experience.
And now we are gonna match you up with somebody who you're gonna mentor.
I bet you my mentee gonna be funnier than y'all mentee.
You wanna bet?
Oh, so now it's a competition?
My mentee will crush your mentee.